Good morning, students. Now our second preparation is from preparation of alkanes from alkyl halides. Preparation of alkanes from alkyl halides. Now see here, alkyl halide when treated with particular reagent, then the product will be alkanes. So what are those reagents? Now suitable reagents to convert alkyl halides to alkanes are zinc plus hydrochloric acid, zinc plus acetic acid, next one zinc copper couple in ethanol, zinc copper couple in ethyl alcohol, next one aluminium plus mercury plus ethanol combination, and next one hydrogenation in presence of palladium, and next reagent lithium aluminium hydride, and next one sodium borohydride, next one hydrogen iodide in presence of red phosphorus. All those reagents suitable to convert alkyl halide to alkane. Please note down. Okay. Next preparation by Wurtz reaction. See, previously we studied that alkyl halide when treated with particular reagent, then alkanes will be formed. Reagents we seen that zinc hydrochloric acid, zinc acetic acid, and hydrogen presence of palladium or nickel lithium aluminium hydride, sodium borohydride, hydrogen iodide in presence of red phosphorus, and zinc copper couple, and aluminium mercury couple. Like that reagents we see now, that is a reduction by reduction process. Now by Wurtz reaction. See what is Wurtz reaction. 2 moles of alkyl halide when treated with sodium metal in presence of dry ether, then products are alkanes. See here, very simple reaction, there is no mechanisms here. Alkyl halide plus sodium alkyl halide, 2 moles of alkyl halides and 2 moles of sodium metal, directly removal of sodium halide, and the products are alkane and sodium halide. Condition very important, dry ether condition should be there. If you take wet ether, dry ether means absence of water, wet ether means presence of water. If you take wet condition, then immediately sodium reacts with water, gives sodium hydroxide. Sodium reacts with water and gives sodium hydroxide. This sodium hydroxide reacts with alkyl halides, products are alcohols. Rather than the formation of alkane, alcohols will be formed when if you take wet condition. That's why dry ether must and should. Wurtz reaction means alkyl halide treated with sodium metal in presence of dry ether gives alkane. If you take wet ether, alcohols will be the products. Now see here, some conditions are there. This reaction is temperature dependent. Temperature dependent. If temperature increases, then combination decreases and disproportionation increases. Disproportionation increases. If temperature decreases, combination increases and disproportionation decreases. So what are combination and what are disproportionation? Look here, very simple here. Combination means formation of alkane, and disproportionation means alkane plus eliminated product. If you take higher temperature, then elimination arises, including alkane, eliminated product also will be formed. See here, when we look mechanism, then you can understand. Mechanism. I am taking that first ionic mechanism. Sodium will gives 2 electrons. Sodium plus 2 electrons. Here I am taking that 2 moles. 2 electrons. Now alkyl halide will take that 2 electrons and halide ion will be removed from the reaction mixture and electrons goes towards alkyl group. Then R become R minus. This R minus again reacts with alkyl halide. Then product will be alkane. This X minus will take one of the sodium plus and sodium halide will be eliminated, and here also one of the X minus combined with sodium halide will be removed. This is at normal temperature. This reaction is called combination reaction. Disproportionation reaction is what? Now I am taking real example to understand that. CH3 CH2 minus okay, I will take complete reaction. Alkyl halide will take that 2 electrons and CH3 CH2 minus alkyl anion is the intermediate. This will react with another molecule of alkyl halide. Here what will be erased? Look here carefully, and CH2 and X. Removal of halide ion takes place. This negative charge will take H plus ion and this single bond turns into pi bond. Then products are CH3, CH2 and H. This is alkane, and another product is eliminated product, that is alkene. Now what we observe when I write here oxidation taken place, it is oxidation, it is reduction. Removal of hydrogen is oxidation, and abstraction of removal of hydrogen is oxidation, and abstraction of hydrogen is reduction. Oxidation taken place, reduction taken place, that is called disproportionation reaction. Now see here, one more point we need to remember here. First point, what is what? Reaction dependent. If you take higher temperature, disproportionation reaction is predominant. If you take lower temperature, combination reaction is predominant. And one more is, from this reaction, symmetrical alkanes can be prepared. Sir, why not unsymmetrical alkanes? Unsymmetrical alkanes also we can prepare, but separation of alkanes is very difficult. That's why this reaction is convenient to prepare symmetrical alkanes. Next one, from this reaction we can't prepare methane. Methane is not possible to prepare. See, we will see real reactions and note down. Okay, let's see here. Now I am looking some examples. For suppose I will take methyl halide and sodium in presence of, I will take like this. Methyl halide when treated with sodium in presence of dry ether. Then what are the products? CH3, these are 2 moles of sodium and 2 moles of methyl halide. Sodium X will be 2 moles of sodium halide will be separated and methyl combined together and ethane molecule will be formed at lower temperature. Next, if I take different alkyl halides, 2 sodium molecules plus and CH2 and CH3 in presence of dry ether. Now what will be the product? This first combination here, you can observe very carefully, 3 products will be formed. First, these 2 combinations, ethane will be formed, and next these 2 combinations, butane will be formed. Next, from these all combinations, methyl and ethyl, propane will be formed. Propane will be formed. So here 3 products formed. 3 products are also alkanes, but separation of all alkanes very difficult. That's why this Wurtz reaction is convenient to prepare alkanes with even number of carbons. Even number of carbons if you want to prepare, then must and should you take not mixed alkyl halides. Mixed alkyl halides are not suitable. Sir, you taken here mixed alkyl halides, then we prepared 3 types of alkanes, but you telling that mixed alkyl halides are not suitable. Why? Because after formation of alkane, separation is very difficult. That's why this reaction is not convenient for mixed halides. Same halide you have to take. Now one more important data I will be giving you. Rate of reaction decreases. Rate of reaction is inversely proportional to steric crowding. Steric crowding of alkyl halide. Rate of reaction is inversely proportional to steric crowding on alkyl halide. Next one, one more condition you need to remember. Rate of reaction, if alkyl group is same, if alkyl group is same, then the rate of reaction is or alkyl fluoride, alkyl chloride, alkyl bromide and alkyl iodide. Best leaving group gives faster rate. Poor leaving group gives weak reaction rate. So that's why rate of reaction increases in case of alkyl iodide, rate of reaction decreases in case of alkyl fluoride. See what we discussed here. Dry condition must and should, then only alkanes will be prepared. This reaction is temperature dependent. If you take low temperature, then alkanes are the combination product, that is alkane is major. If you take higher temperature, elimination takes place. Alkenes will be the major products. Now one more condition what we studied, rate of reaction depends on steric crowding on alkyl halide. Steric crowding more, then rate of reaction will be decreased. One example I will take, methyl halide and ethyl halide and isopropyl halide, and next one tertiary butyl halide. Tertiary butyl halide. From these four, which undergoes faster in Wurtz reaction? Here there is no steric crowding, very less. There is no steric crowding, that's why it is very fast. It is tertiary butyl halide is tertiary butyl halide is participated very slowly, and this tertiary butyl halide is not convenient for Wurtz reaction. It gives eliminated product. This also you need to remember, note down. Okay. See here some examples we will see here. Just now I told you tertiary butyl halide when treated with sodium in presence of dry ether. Sodium in presence of dry ether. What will be the product? CH3 and CH3 double bond CH2. 1, 2, 3. 2-methyl propene. 2-methyl propene will be the major, and the minor product is CH3, CCH3 and CH3 and CH3, CH3, CH3. This is combinated product, this is a eliminated product. Eliminated product is major. So that's why it is tertiary butyl halide is not good to prepare alkanes from Wurtz reaction. Next one, some examples I will write here. Or okay, real examples I will do. CH3, CH2, X and CH2, X. Sodium in presence of dry ether. What we need to do? Very simple process. 2 sodium, then the sodium halides will be out and a single bond turns into double bond. What will be the product? CH2 double bond CH2. This is not eliminated product, this is also combinated product, but here dihalides we taken, 1 2 dihalides we taken, that's why alkene formed. Next one more example I will take here, and X when treated with sodium in presence of dry ether, what will be the product? This X, this sodium will be out, and wherever the halogen atoms connected from at that carbons, new bond will be formed. See here 1,3 connection is there, at 1,3 carbons new bond will be formed. Next one more example I am taking here. It is total 8 membered ring. Here I am taking X and here I am taking X. Same reagent I am taking. Then X and sodium, like this. 2 moles of sodium halide will be out. Then halogen atoms connected at these carbons, new connection will be formed. See, chemistry is beauty. That's why I will write this compound like this. So, 2 cyclopentyl groups attached together. This is Wurtz reaction, and from alkyl halides completed. One is by reduction process. Previously we studied number of reagents I listed out, and next one from Wurtz reaction. Now next another third preparation we will discuss. Note down. Okay. Next third preparation is from carbonyl compounds. From carbonyl compounds. Look here, carbonyl compound functional group is this is the functional group. See here we need to study 2 reactions. One is Clemmensen reduction. Clemmenson's reduction, and the second one is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction. See, two reactions I will discuss here. What will be happened here? Carbonyl group turns into methylene group. Carbonyl group turns into methylene group. Just wherever we observe C double bond O function, that converts into CH2. In this session, we will discuss 2 reactions, Clemmensen reduction and Wolff-Kishner reduction. See what are the reagents for those reactions. Clemmensen reductions means zinc and mercury in presence of hydrochloric acid. Zinc and mercury in presence of hydrochloric acid. And next one, and the second one, hydrazine, NH2 in presence of base. Here zinc mercury couple in presence of hydrochloric acid is called Clemmensen reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction means hydrazine in presence of base. These are the important reagents to convert carbonyl function into methylene group. Some examples I will take here. Please remind these 2 reagents, very important. One is Clemmensen reduction and another one is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Both will do same action. That action is carbonyl group. C double bond O function turns into CH2 function. Example I am taking that. One example I will take and I will close it as soon as possible. CH3 and C double bond O CH3. See other groups, what? We no need to bother. What is there here? When I take when I take zinc, mercury in presence of hydrochloric acid or hydrazine in presence of base, then what will be happen? C double bond O function turns into CH2 function. That's why CH3 and CH3. Now this C double bond O function turns into what? CH2. This is one more method to prepare alkanes. Carbonyl group turns into methylene group. Two main reductions we will discuss here. One is Clemmensen reduction, other one is Wolff-Kishner reduction. These are the reagents. These two reagents will do same work. There is no need, there is no mechanisms. See here, in Clemmensen reduction, hydrochloric acid is acid. That's why acid level groups, base sensitive groups, acid sensitive groups will be affected. Here acid sensitive groups will be affected. Here base is there. In Wolff-Kishner reduction, one of the drawback is what? Base sensitive groups will be affected. See one example I will take. Look here. OH I am taking here and double bond O methyl group. OH group is acid level group. Acid level group or acid sensitive group. Sensitive group. Now I will take both reagents. One is zinc mercury in presence of hydrochloric acid, hydrazine in presence of base. What will be the product? Here there is no unexpected product. Here. Same as usual, same product will be formed, but here unexpected product will be formed. This OH group also will be affected. Why? It is acid sensitive group. And one more base sensitive group, I will take one of the example. If you take chloride ion, it is base sensitive group. Important, base sensitive group. See here chlorine as it is, but here chlorine is base sensitive group. Chloride ion will go out, and incoming group is OH group. So base sensitive groups affected by Wolff-Kishner reagent, acid sensitive groups affected by Clemmensen reduction. This is the preparation node. Okay. Next one, fourth preparation is, okay, the video length is more. I will discuss in one more video.